man. Let's go. We got
Oh, somebody forgot to pull the old thumb out. There we
go. Pull the thumb out. There we go. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Dan? Happy Friday, man. There we go. I was like, wow, that's.
No, I meant thumbnail, but it was kind of like yesterday when I was, doing the crib walk, and it was Ryan. What's going on? What does it say on your hat?
Oh, tell your dog I said hi. That's the motto. Every time I see somebody, be like, make sure when you get home, my friend, you tell your dog that Ryan Mohamed, Logistics Monk, said hi. You know what? I'm doing really good, Dan.
Tell your family to F off, but tell your dog to say hi.
Exactly. It's hey, man, priorities, my man. But today it is one of the best days of the week. We've had a very strong week to everybody who's been out here hustling. We want to congratulate you and appreciate you for everything that you do. But, it's awesome. We're enjoying everything that's going on, Dan. First week of August, we're going into that second half. Give me some thoughts, brother.
Where did the first half go?
Right.
Crazy how... it's funny, Ryan, because you start the beginning of the year and you're like, oh, yeah, man, I'm going to crush this. I'm going to crush that. I'm going to crush this. I'm going to crush that. And the first thing I ask a lot of people is, so where are you at? They're like, oh, yeah. I didn't realize it was going to go that fast. Like, it goes fast, man, really fast. I'm excited for it, though. I think, in the end, every day, like we talked about yesterday, every day you just work towards your goals and when that season for reaping is here, it will come. Beautiful, buddy.
I love that. Keep chipping away, and let's get to our Fun Day Friday. We have our great friend, the bodacious cowboy himself, Jeff Dickinson, joining us this morning, all the way from, I'd like to say Florida, but with that amazing nice shirt, but from New Jersey. What's going on, brother? How you been?
And it looks like he's got a little tan going too.
How you doing, Ryan? I mean, I do have to say hello to the big dog, right?
Yeah, every single one of them. Every single one of them.
I got my pink shirt on today with the little palm trees on there. Real men do wear pink. So
100%
today, man. How you guys doing?
Good, brother.
Good, man.
So excited to have you. We're seeing everything, all the traction, everything like that. And it's Friday. It's like we said, it comes by really, really fast on us. So let's get into it. So if it is your first time here watching us on Sales Chatter Live, this is Fun Day Friday, where we just kind of ease it back a little bit because we give you guys so much content Monday through Thursday, and Friday we just want to kind of hang out. So this first
Brian
question
goes into the dungeon. He hangs out in the dark.
Oh, I'm gonna play some video games after this, man. I'm looking at my I'm looking at my TV right
man.
now.
What happened?
Oh no! This is on purpose, man. This is on purpose.
It's the mellow vibe.
Yeah, this is the mellow vibe for. Well, you know what, man, guys. We did put the comment there. No, this is the
Pass the gunja, man.
So we will talk about that in a bit, and it's pretty awesome. So, this question was actually inspired by Jeff on our off before we actually got on. So let's do this. If you woke up tomorrow morning, gents, and you found out that you won $20 million via the lottery, what are 3 things you're doing? Let's start with the cowboy.
Well, at this stage of life, I don't think that I would keep it all to myself. I would definitely give back to, I would say, organizations that need that type of help. The veterans, definitely all the way. Give to the church, but I wouldn't leave myself or my family out. Everybody says take care of your family first, of course, but I mean, spread the wealth, man. You're lucky to earn that kind of stuff. Help people who need the help, for sure.
I like that. That's really, really commendable. And, you look at different stages in your life. Dano, like we said, you wake up and you win that Lotto 649, my friend. You hear that D winner Gagnon when you scan that ad.
Winner Gagnon.
There we go.
Not doing a podcast anymore.
Yeah. I actually probably wouldn't change much. I would definitely pay off my house, put money aside for the kids. Either to help them with the first house or buy their first house or something like that to help them, especially nowadays, get ahead in life. Definitely take care of my parents, my wife's parents, in any which way that we had to. And then I'd probably give a whack to the Princess Margaret Hospital Foundation for cancer for the great treatment I had. And then the rest would go into investments, and I just live off of it.
There you go.
It wouldn't. I mean, yes, is 20 million a lot? Yes, but is 20 million not a lot? Yes. You know what I mean? Like, I watched a video the other day of a guy saying, "Yeah, I'm wealthy, but like if I have no idea when I'm going to die."
Yeah.
So, I start spending, I can run out of money. I don't like the job that my wife and I have. We've got trust funds for the kids. Our whole family's taken care of. So it's like now we're spending, but what is that? You don't know, right? Now we could live till 90, 100, and God, I'm only 46. So I would make sure that I'm taken care of for the rest of my life, because I think the last thing you would want is winning that kind of money, being able to experience the life that comes with that kind of money. Because let's face it, it's different than the life we have. I mean, you don't have to wake up and go to work. You do it because you want to. And then all of a sudden having to wake up to go to work, in your late 60s. I kind of put it to a lot of the people that got taken for their life savings in Ponzi schemes, like Bernie Madoff and all that. You know what I mean? Like they think they're set for life, like you would if you won 20 million, and then all of a sudden you wake up one morning and as quick as you had it, it's gone. So I definitely put the rest away and invest and just live off the dividends.
Like that. So, gents, I have to admit that was actually a trick question, as our boy Stanley is trying to figure out here as he enters the office here. It was a trick question because the question was, guys, if you guys woke up and you guys realized that you guys actually had the winning numbers. So you guys didn't cash it in yet. So with that being said, the first thing that I would do is make sure I got the right numbers. Make sure I go and I click it and make sure everything's going there. It's actually there. It's not what you're doing with the winnings. It's what you're doing from there. So the second thing I would do, my friends, I would delete Facebook. I would lawyer up. I would make sure that, I go ghost on everybody and everything that's around in my life and just stay silent, baby. Stay silent until that check hits the bank. Then I'm staying silent.
And don't tell people where you're moving, because that door is going to be knocking, baby.
It's amazing how many relatives you didn't realize you had.
Yeah, you start meeting like your second cousin, first removed from like your wife's side, and like good old Johnny, man. It's like that movie. It's like a show.
Cousin Eddie shows up in your driveway in his.
Hi Ryan, I'm your illegitimate son.
Hey, there we go. And I'm like, what?
You mind if I drain the shitter?
There we go. So, as with that being said, so that was a little bit of a trick question, but this one's not going to be. So let's get with this one here, gents. I like this one. This is like getting back into the FunDay Friday. If you were to create your own ice cream flavor, what would it be called, and what would?
Bone.
I heard that here, man.
All
right.
Okay.
Say it again, Ryan.
I don't know. Sorry, I lost train of my thought here. This is Dan's kind of screwing up our show today. So
Dan's making it a fun day.
Yeah, like
making it a fun day.
There we go.
There he goes. Now you can first.
From there, let's bring it back on because I know he's got amazing.
There you go.
I got 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Let's go with this. If you were to create your own ice cream flavor, what would it be called, and what would the 3 ingredients be?
Ooh.
Oh gosh, if you would have asked me a year ago, I would have said sour keys.
All right,
and the 3 ingredients would have been sour, sugar, and more sour. Now, if you ask me, gosh, I don't even like ice cream anymore.
Taking way too long.
Yeah, way too long. Because I don't like ice cream anymore. I can't eat it anymore. It would be chocolate dip donut, sour cream glazed donut.
One of the best. If you haven't had one, you are missing out. And you know what? Shout out to StreamYard actually working. We actually got Stacy on here, not LinkedIn user. We got non-LinkedIn user. There we go. That's pretty cool to kind of see. Good morning, Stacy. Cowboy, what do you got for us, man? Name and 3 toppings.
It would be called BC. What is it?
I do.
BCC, Bailey's Coffee Cherry.
Oh, I thought Bodacious Cowboys.
Yeah, I thought
No.
Bodacious Cowboys
No,
Crunch
no.
or something.
Aha.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that one. I like
definitely
it.
like Bailey's, coffee ice cream, and cherry in there. Oh yeah, nice and
I
mixed
like
up.
that you're getting the fruit in there. You know, you're making sure.
Well,
Like,
you
you know,
got to, man.
Well, you're not an alcoholic if you put fruit in it.
There we go.
Exactly. There you go.
There we
There you
go.
go. That's
There we
true.
go.
That is true. It
That
offsets.
used to be what I thought. If I did apple cider and beer, I'm not really an alcoholic because there's apple cider.
It's not that.
So it's just a drink.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
There we go. Just make
Amazing
sure
what
you
you
get.
tell yourself.
Yeah, your fruits and
Right.
veggies, man. It's like when you get like a double Big Mac, large fries, but a Diet Coke for balance.
Yes,
You know,
Yeah.
you don't want the sugar,
yeah, you can't have.
No,
sugar.
you don't want that sugar.
but you better upsize it because it's all diet stuff, so you're good.
Yeah, you're
Right.
100% good there.
Like in the U.S., they have those gallon buckets of Coke and all that. It's like wow,
Oh, yeah.
that's a lot of friggin' soft drink.
Yeah, it's a lot. Do they still do that upsize? Because I feel like they stopped doing that. Did they, Jeff? Do they still do that in the States? I know. Well, you're not a fast food guy.
Well, you know,
That's my cue.
I'll say a long time ago, when we were in Ohio, we went to a fair and they literally gave you a bucket, you know, like a planter buckets, those little silver ones. And you go up and you would fill it up with beer. I'm not kidding you. And everybody was walking around, sloshing this thing around. And it was Stroh's. Stroh's is no longer in business, but Stroh's at one point was the biggest seller in Dark County, Ohio. And it was unbelievable, man. I never saw anything like that. Buckets of beer being sold. It was like
Literally
$2.75 for a bucket of beer. It was crazy.
That is crazy. I remember like in my like college days, we used to have like, you know, you always have your local college dive, right? Where drinks are cheap. You just go to meet people and stuff like that. And they would have like actual pitchers for you to buy and drink with a straw. So like that pitcher with like 8 glasses of beer, which is what? That's probably like 2 liters, right? And yeah, you just go walk around and just drink your beer with a straw. And I'm like, okay, first of all, who's drinking beer with a straw? And second of all, you know, you couldn't go wrong with those $4.99 buckets, man. Those were the good old days.
I'll tell you, good old days was like the bucket surprise cocktail. Get a garbage can, put a liner in it, and everybody brings a bottle of booze, and you just pour it in there, and then they would pour in anything in it, and had this big, huge start and put it in like 5 bags of ice. And man, talking about blowing your socks off, man, it was just like Bacardi and whiskey and bourbon. It was one hell of a cocktail, man, and it tastes pretty good. Believe it
Can't
or
go
not.
wrong with that. Yeah, I think they still do that. They call it like jungle juice now, where basically they put like
It's
anything
just
and
worse than
everything.
jungle juice.
Yeah. They throw everything in there, man, and it's the
Death
holy grail, man.
hungover.
Yeah, well, there was anytime I go to Mexico, there's this one cocktail, Jeff, that they always say to get. It's called the Adios MFer. And brother, you have one of those.
Adios MF, nice.
Yeah, adios. You're gonna adios, my man. So it's awesome from here. A question for you, Jeff. This one's gonna be a pretty nice one here.
Yeah.
Time travel is now possible. Would you rather go back in time to witness a historical event or forward in time to see the future, and why?
Ooh, that's a good question. You know, I was always fascinated, even as a little kid. And I wrote an essay on it on Java, Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon, cavemen, and those dinosaurs and all that. I mean, it was just unbelievable. I mean, yeah, I'd like to go back there, but no, I wouldn't want to get arrowed or chewed up by Tyrannosaurus Rex. But I mean, just thinking of those monstrosities. I mean, the size of these animals that were walking the earth, and how the cavemen, you know, how they, you know, knock these guys down. Like, I mean, it's just unbelievable. The future, I would wait, but I just think the way that evolution and everything came to be, to see that and to witness how it all evolved, I think that would be just unbelievable.
I think so too. I think, and I like that you're going back to the beginning of time, and then we're going to like the future of time, right? So you get to do that. So if I had to pick between, and I'm gonna piggyback off of you in terms of like, do I want to go back in time or go in future? I would love to see what the world looks like in like 1,000 years. just to kind of see, because obviously we're not going to be here, right? So
Oh
I
no.
would love to see. I would love to see what that world looks like. Is it like the Jetsons, kind of like when we grew up watching that show, or is it
We're
more
almost
close to
close
like?
there now, Ryan.
Well, I think like fully automated, like like driving like cars in the sky and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'd be interested, Jeff, to know if civilization is still around. Because Albert Einstein said something. He's like, I don't know what World War III is going to be fought with, but I do know the World War after that is going to be fought with sticks and stones. So that means that nuclear weapons will be in like World War III and stuff like that. And I don't know. I'm just really interested to kind of see what the future kind of looks like and how everything is, because it's yeah, we're getting close to it, but we're not close there. I actually saw in a BMW, the electric BMW, Jeff,
Yeah.
and they actually like on the side panels is actually screens. On like in the backs, like the passenger windows and all that stuff. Like there's screens, there's chargers, there's anything that you can think of that's built into the car. I'm like, gotta start driving. Like these got to be like auto driving at that point. If you have all those features, what more can you really
And
add
to
to a
that
car?
point, talking about the Jetsons, I mean, there's a manufacturer out there. I forgot the name, and I read the article maybe a couple months ago. A car plane, you can drive it on the highway, and then you can just go to an open field, and the wings are right there. It just opens up, and you can take off and land. You should look into it. I wish I remembered the article that I read, but it's out there now, man. It's unbelievable. And then look at the guys with the jet suits on. You know that they just go from one place to the other. Military's got that already.
Yeah.
And then you've got what do you call those? The personal movers that are like giant ass drones that you can sit in the middle and take off as well. So we're getting there. We're going to get there a lot quicker than what everybody thinks. I think on that side, it's just like air traffic controllers. How are you going to do that with all the
Yeah, they're gonna make that illegal. Well,
flying,
look
man?
at drones, right? Like the flying drones. Even now, you got to have like a little bit of clearance to fly that up there. So the infrastructure,
Exactly.
it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be really, really cool to kind of
Yeah,
see.
I think I may see that before
Yeah,
I'm gone. Seriously,
yeah,
I really do.
yeah. I think like with the evolution of AI and everything like that, like everything is kind of becoming that kind of robot kind of. And by the way, my man, I don't know,
Hmm.
something that I feel like people swept under the rug a couple weeks ago was when everybody had that U.S. conference, like the Congress or whatever, saying that yeah, we have aliens. There's
Yeah,
UFOs, and I felt like that was really swept under the rug. I feel like
it has
people
been.
should more eyes. Yeah, and it was just like that's crazy to think about. What are your thoughts on aliens, my man?
I definitely believe it. I'm very logical, and the universe is infinity, and we don't know where it ends. And to actually believe that we're the only civilized world out there in the universe, I kind of find that very hard to believe that there's no other intelligent life form out there that's even more advanced. And when I say advanced, I'm talking like out there, because if we've got flying saucers and UFOs, I mean, look at the Air Force just came out and and saw this unidentified flying object that was flying. It went into the water, like voyage to the bottom of the sea. I don't know if you ever saw that. And then the thing took out all the water, and then in a flash, it's gone. And it was there, it was visible. Nobody could identify exactly what it is. Obviously, it's a UFO, but I believe absolutely that they've been here. They've been here
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, they're among us. They're definitely among us. Like we can't be naive to the point that if we're all here, that there's not civilization anywhere else. Like what's so special about us, right? So
Right.
I'm interested to know. Like I'm interested to know. Like I feel like they're more. They would probably look more human than we actually think. They're not like the movies, like the UFO or like ET and all that stuff. But maybe some similarities and differences. But I'm interested to know if if we'll ever see one in our lifetime. Like if there's, well, they're around, right? Because like I'm sure like the governments, they all have like pictures and autopsies and all that stuff for sure. But are they willing to share that with us? And are we even going to take that as truth or fact? Because everyone likes to doubt the government these days, right? So
Right. And more that information is coming out, and there's more talk about it. And when the US government starts talking about it, now you start to say, you know what is real, and it has been real, and now they're uncovering it and they're exposing it for what it is. So very interesting time.
Yeah, very interesting time. I haven't done this with you in a while, Jeff. So let's keep this rolling.
Yeah.
We're gonna ask you. I want to ask you a couple questions because I know you got some really cool stuff. You know, congratulations on life lessons and logistics. That's I see the guest list. It's keep growing. The
Yeah.
viewership is going. Kudos to that. You got your two chair. I want to talk to you a little bit about. You got some kind of conference that I kind of been seeing a little bit of posts coming up. What do you? What's that all about? I think it's in Florida in a couple of months or something
Yes.
like that.
Yes, thanks for asking. Yeah, it's the Carrier Broker Summit in Tampa, Florida, October 12th and 13th. We have an awesome agenda, great speakers. I'll be down there speaking from the shippers side of the business and talking more about collaboration and how important it is. And it'll be a nice mix because you're going to have carriers and you're going to have brokers in the same room. And we're going to try to get them to ask each other questions that's pertinent to each other's business to try to help them to evolve, to understand how each other's works instead of thinking that everyone is ripping everybody off, and it's a horrible thing. But also, what does the shipper want in return? And it's going to be really, really good. Dan Lindsay, Lineage Logistics, he put this whole thing together. We have a good. I think we're going to have a good turnout because there's been a lot of people registering for it. So
Nice.
go online, look it up, registered, go down there. I know I have a few friends that are going to come as well. So yeah, it's going to be good.
It should be awesome, man. That'll be really, really cool. October time coming up. I think you said the 11th to 12th in Tampa Bay.
It's
So
the 12th and 13th.
12th and 13th. My apologies.
Yep.
And you'll be able to see that and kind of cool things there. So let's like we said, everything's kind of been growing with you, and it's really cool to kind of see. What do you? I know it's really early to talk about this, but what are you seeing for 2024 in terms of not necessarily like the business side of it because that's always going to kind of be there. That's the fun thing
Sure.
of logistics. But what do you see in like your side of like what does the bodacious cowboy see for himself in 2024?
Well, I'll definitely be more advanced than what I am today. Every day is a learning experience and you have to be a sponge and absorb everything that comes down the pike. As you well know, you have to have your finger on the pulse every day in order to make things work. I consider this year a wash. I mean, I think it's over. Just with all the indicators and especially with Dean and Jason Miller who have been talking about it amongst other people as well, and it just seems like all the indicators are saying, hey, it's flat throughout the whole year. So yeah, I know you didn't ask me about the business, but it does have a direct impact on me. The bodacious cowboy is living life right now, inventing a lot of different things. I'm going to be out there at a lot of different events. I've got great guests on my shows. You mentioned the 2-chair. It's actually the 4-chair, which called the Table Club. That's going to come out. We actually got a pre-record coming out next week on the 8th. We've got Ari Ash, senior editor from Journal of Commerce. We've got Jason Miller, PhD professor at Michigan State University. And of course, our good friend, Dean Croak, principal analyst at DAT Freight and Analytics. So we're going to have a great conversation. Maybe we'll stir the pot a little bit. But in the end, we can all say that we can agree to disagree and that we'll all be friends, I hope. Right.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. People just don't take it too seriously. It's just social media, right? It's just podcasting in general for us. Like even with us, with Dan, Lisa, Chad, and David, with our launch of Bridger, it's been a cool. It's reinvigorated my career too.
Yeah.
Because like the logistics side has always been logistics side for me. Like I've been having great numbers this year, regardless of everything that's kind of going on based on my niche and stuff like that. So, just to kind of get into something completely brand new, we're selling system as a software, an amazing CRM, and just kind of taking the reins of that. And, it's great that we're having like people, like different guests from like different kind of backgrounds, because I love the Wednesdays when we get to talk data, and I love when we get to talk about different people, just about life in general of what they're kind of seeing. Because, Jeff, for me, the one thing is that, like you said, keep your finger on the pulse. And there's so many of us that can be like, oh my God, like I'm just gonna be on FreightWaves over there and keep clicking refresh and this article. And it's just like they kind of forget to live, or like the doom and gloom. So it's just like, you know what, just take it with a grain of salt. What affects you, put that in and educate your customers, educate your shippers, educate your colleagues, everything like that. But if you see something that doesn't affect you at all, like, you don't need to worry about it. At the end of the day, unless it's going to have a rippling effect on you, right? But if it's something that's completely that is out of your wheelhouse or anything like that, then hey man, focus on what you can control and have some fun with it. And I encourage everybody, like, to do content creation now, because like I think like we're at an all-time high. Like we just kind of want that information. Gone are kind of the days of like the articles. We love to kind of see people getting more comfortable in front of cameras and talking to different people around the world. I saw an article yesterday for Manifest that's coming up in February, and Dan and I are talking about that too. So we're probably going to go out there too and meet everybody and get that face-to-face interaction, because I know you're going to be going to the Women in Trucking. I'm definitely going to try my best to get out there. I think it's November.
November 5th through the 8th.
5th through the 8th. So that's my wife's I'm booked off for that. So maybe I can come in for like a day or two, because it's like my wife's birthday. So
and Manifest is February 5th.
5th, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Manifest, like, there's
right? At Caesars in
at
Las
Caesars.
Vegas?
Yeah, man. I haven't been to Vegas in forever, man. So this is gonna be a great time. I hope it's not gonna be like The Hangover, where hey, where's Ryan? Where's Ryan?
Which one? 1, 2, 3.
Maybe all three together. Maybe we'll make
that might happen.
But Jeff, it's an exciting time. It's truly an exciting time for everybody who's out there for FunDay Friday, and that kind of leads to our next announcement for us, kind of keeping fresh on this show, which is awesome. So yes, the title does say the End of FunDay Friday. This actually will be the last episode specifically on FunDay Friday, even though we had a lot of fun about it. What we kind of got into that we're going to be starting next week, Jeff, and we'd love for you to join, is every Friday we're going to actually be starting a book club. And the reason for this, it's going to be a book club. It's going to be an online book club. And what we're going to do is that the book that we're reading is going to be The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Great book. Great. Jeff, you should grab that book so you can join on with us. But what we're going to do for everybody in the audience, even you're catching us back on the replay, we're going to go slow, 2 chapters a week. Just give us like your in-depth thoughts, because I feel like, the thought of book clubs, or like the thought of like collaboration. And Jeff, you're a big person who talks about collaboration. And that's what we want to do. We want to have that collaboration with our audience, with people out there. And The Power of Now, I'm reading it for the second time. When I read it for the first time, it was one of my favorite books. And it kind of got inspired because my wife is reading it again. But, we want to do that for FunDay Friday too. Like, we keep up with that. And shout out to Chris, and shout out to Stacey here. So if everybody wants to be a part of that, just grab a book. Just grab it from your local Amazon, from your Amazon or your local bookstore, and join us for that next week. Jeff, what do you think? What do you think about something like that? Be more engaging with our audience, and not just the evolution of what we kind of went from Wins to Lessons to FunDay Friday, and now to Book Club Fridays.
Hey, you know what? I think it's a great idea. I don't believe that anybody else is doing it. So awesome, for sure. Anytime that you read a book, it's very subjective. Some will go with it, some won't. But when you give those options, solutions, alternatives to different issues, especially on sales, some people are going to take that and run with it, and some people are going to go, nah, it's not worth it. But that's what we try to do here on Sales Chat, and we've done for months and months and months, even when you and I were running it when Dan was out. It's very subjective, but the only chance that you have to learn and maybe think about it is to join the show, listen to what's being said, and then make your own decision. But like Rico would say, you have 2 paths, right? And you're either going to go down what's right for you, or you might listen to one of us or Dan and choose to go down that path. One never knows.
Yeah. And you know what, when I look back in my life, Jeff, it's like, I met Dan maybe 4 years ago, coming up. I want to say it was September, October. And I never knew what my path was going to be, never knew what everything's going to be. And I think I think there's no coincidences in life, but like, I met Dan when I was brand new sales rep at this company that I've been working with. I've been a sales rep before, obviously, but it was like, I was able to digest that information. So coming back to exactly what you said, it's like, some people are going to take to it, some people are not, but we can all take different bits and pieces. And that's why we want to do the book club, because we wanted to do it so that if I read 5 pages, Jeff, and you read 5 pages, you're going to take something completely different than I'm going to take completely different. We might have the same point on one thing that's like, oh, this is a big thing. But for us to kind of have like, hey, Jeff, do you remember on page 2 when he said this? Or you'd be like, hey, remember on page 4 when he said this? So for us,
you have your own perspective. I mean, seriously, I mean, that's it.
And that's what we aim for. We aim for different perspectives and
That's
everybody
right.
to do that. So I'll make a post about it to let everybody know. Grab The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It's a great book, and you won't be and we're gonna take it slow with everybody. Like, I don't want to do a book a month. I feel like that's a little too fast and people can kind of get from there. I would like to kind of start it slow, do 2 chapters a week, and in case somebody misses a week, right?
I
And
got a question for you now. I got a
let's hear
question.
it. Let's hear it, my man.
All right. What made you choose that book?
So, full transparency, I looked
Yeah.
at my wife's library. She has a huge library upstairs in her office, and that one called me. And I was like, The Power of Now. And with that being said, with August and everything we're kind of doing with Bridger and
You're
everything
right.
that I'm trying to do with my health and everything, it's like it's the power of now, And for anybody who doesn't know anything about this book, definitely grab it. But the point of the book is really that everything we have is now, like, is previous nows. Don't worry about
It's
future
here in the
nows.
present. Right.
Exactly. Live in the present, my man, because you could be worried about your house being on fire, but don't worry about it until your house is
It
actually on
happens.
fire.
Right.
There we go. There we go.
Exactly.
Right. So, and you're going to relate to that so much too, Jeff, because that's exactly what you preach, like,
Right.
with everything that's coming across the pipe, you've said so many things that's going to happen, but you're not stressing about it now. You're like, okay, well, in 2 months, this is going to happen, so live your
Right.
life,
I mean,
so.
I think about it. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. So take care of what's happening today. Create that time that's productive. Think of today. It's good to think about tomorrow and try to prepare yourself for maybe something that's coming up that about, but your focus should be the here and now, right here, and that's how you're going to move forward. No, but like I said, nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. So, don't fret upon or worry about it. Control the controllables, right, Ryan? I mean, that's it. Everything else that you can't control, just put it to the wayside. Don't worry about that. Just control what you can control.
That is awesome. So we can't thank everybody, for being a part of this journey, and we hope that you guys continue to stay with us on the Fridays, but also be with us through Monday through Thursday, because we bring a lot of good things over here. Next week, we've got some pretty jam packed. We got Teresa, who's going to be joining us. I believe she has a Monday YouTube show or a LinkedIn show. I'm actually going to be on her show on Monday, and then she's going to be
Cool.
on our show on Tuesday. And we've got, like we said, we just bring on this amazing content, more Bridger focused, more sales focused, more everything to really help you crush your goals. Jeff, how can everybody, if they're watching for the very first time and they love the stash and they love the pink shirt and they can't get enough of the Bodacious Cowboy, how can they get in contact with you? How can they see all your stuff? Plug yourself away, my friend.
Yeah. So just look up my profile, go to the link, the Storytelling Chronicles, Life Lessons and Logistics. Hit that or crush that button to like, share, and follow and subscribe. We're live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook every Monday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week coming up on Monday, we won't have a show because I'm launching the Table Club. That's going to be happening on the 8th. It's going to be an awesome show. I have a great group of guests that's going to be joining. So tune into that, follow. And then we have a tremendous amount of different guests that will be following us and also joining us on the 14th, the 21st, the 28th, and the 5th. We won't have a show on the 4th because that's Labor Day here. So all good stuff happening.
Awesome, man. Just moving forward. So kudos on that. So this is Sales Chatter, the logistics podcast where we aim to help 10,000 reps generate 1 million in revenue and commission sales in less than 12 months. We give you the tools and the strategies and everything else that we've used in our own business to be successful, or even if that word is something that we look at. With that being said, if you found value in this, please like, comment, share, subscribe. We've got our YouTube page. We have our website as well, saleschatterlive.com. And then we're on all the audio download. And then we're finding that a lot of people are downloading this and listening to it later. So we really do appreciate that. We're on iTunes Radio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everything above. So with that being said, everybody in Canada, have an amazing long weekend. We'll be back here on Monday, and we'll see everybody. And Jeff, we'll see you on Wednesday, my friend. Take care.
Yes, sir. Have a great weekend, folks.
Take care.